Salute and thank you, NERDSoul. Lay ill kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd soul. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Let's go. That's right. Anime's crew up in here. And man, look, it's a glorious day, man. It's a glorious day when we got a new show, y'all. Oh, it's glorious. But before we get started, I got some folks up in here. We gonna have a good time. So first, I introduce to you the man about town in Baton Rouge. The person that everyone calls the mayor. I give to you Coop of Blurtish. What's up?
Man, stop all of that. The mayor election is actually tomorrow. Don't put my name in none of that foolishness. This man don't know what he talking about. I am a humble business owner. I ain't got nothing to do. Why do
Coop gonna run the city, y'all?
Yeah, I wish I could.
Coop gonna run the city. Everything gonna be fixed, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Playground's gonna be good. No potholes.
I'm gonna turn it into a socialist communist regime, and you ain't gonna have nothing to say. Nah, I'm joking, y'all. I don't believe in none of that. I'm just trying to, support the local businessmen, people, my fellow vendors.
Put some dollars in your pocket.
Put dollars in. I literally have. So far, I've actually been keeping track of how many dollars I've been keeping in people's pockets. I've been keeping better stats. So I'm a little plus over dollars of legit money. $1,000 this year so far. What I have put via my efforts in other creators' hands.
So, you know what I'm saying? So
I keep track. I know 1,000 may not seem like a lot, but when you are doing assignment and book margins, it's a lot. It's enough.
Yo, he been helping y'all make that cheese, y'all. Y'all better, you know what I'm saying? Keep an eye out. He helping y'all make that cheese. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to my new client, Waterseed, if you're listening. They were the future funk band, Lou Hill. If you're listening, shout out to you. He'd say, "Hey man, you gonna sell my book and my show?" I ain't taking over for no. I ain't even know I was gonna be up there working for him. But you know what? That's how you do it. It's if you believe in me, I believe in you.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? And we also have an awesome, an awesome entry into the fold. We ain't seen this young lady in a minute. So first, I'm gonna go on and cue up the one that we call the Kunoichi of the year. You know what I'm saying? This woman has thrown more ninja stars, all right, than the average person. All right, she can disappear and turn into a block of wood and make you think you done cut somebody that you ain't even cut. All right, she can walk on water and do 5 black flips in a row without getting dizzy. I give to you Ninja Sama Cosplay. What's up, Ninja? What's up? You know what I'm saying? She up in here holding it down.
Good morning, good evening, and good night. It's Ninja Sama Cosplay coming to you live from, I guess, the Kunoichi election hall, because I got to get reelected.
Yo, man, look, it ain't going to be hard. You know what I'm saying? There's other ninjas out there, but they ain't, you know what I'm saying? They ain't up on your skills yet. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the Ninja Vanish. They don't have the Kagebushin. All right, they ain't got none of that.
And apparently they ain't out here brushing their hair. Because I'm into it 10 toes down with the opposition. There's raggedy out here.
Not raggedy.
I don't know what's going on, but
it's raggedy. I sent it to y'all in the group. And, anybody who follows me, they can go look at my replies and see what's happening.
Oh, hold on. See, I'm gonna have to.
I don't ever be on Twitter, so I'm gonna have to go dig.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to dig deep in the group and see what's going on with that.
There's some cosplay players out there that be repping the Cheeto one, the orange one.
Oh Lord!
And I had to tell them they need to back it on up.
So you're dusty and you need to brush it. You need to fix yourself up.
Maybe there needs to be a study on like the amount of people that aren't like brushing their hair and also like voting. You know what? Never mind. I ain't even gonna.
There's a correlation. I'm sure the research will show.
There's absolutely a Venn diagram correlation, and they don't wash their hands.
Their leader don't brush their hair, so they
don't walk out the bathroom. Don't even stop.
Don't wash hands.
Man.
Dusty.
Wow.
Hey, I gotta. Quick side tangent. Since without saying it, Ninja, I gotta ask you, because us as men, we know that those folks of the men variety don't. Do the ladies not wash their hands either?
I wash my hands.
I ain't talking about you.
What I'm saying
I ain't talking about you.
When
I'm talking about the lady version of
Because
the dust poke.
when Brad come in the bathroom, Brad will walk straight out the bathroom and not wash her
Yeah,
hands.
yes, I'm telling you.
Is Karen washing
I'll
her
say it this
hands?
way: the ladies that I frolic with and roll with, that not only wash our hands, we the ones that have the hand sanitizer in our bag
I know.
and the lotion. So I can't speak for the whole
Yeah.
demographic,
Yeah,
and
I'm talking about like
I
when I
don't
go to
know enough of the dusted orange ones to know if they wash their hands.
Bruh,
I don't
I'm just
associate,
saying.
because I'm
but
gonna
Even
you
keep it real.
look,
I
you can
drove
go look at
across
old girl's
country.
picture. You can go look at old girl's picture and let me know if you think she washed her hands.
Mm. Well, look, I drove across the country. I did another road trip a couple weeks back.
mm-mm.
I've gone to public bathrooms all over. I'm washing my hands. Brad just walks straight out the bathroom, man. Every time, no matter what state, no matter what business establishment, Brad just walks straight out. Just walks straight out,
Man,
man. So look,
I'm
I'm just letting you know, no matter what
yeah.
state, at least the south route of going coast to coast. So south route meaning
Mm.
California, New Mexico, California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, onto Mississippi,
I'm
Georgia,
sure it
and
got
then
real rough through
south to North
Texas,
Carolina, then
Louisiana.
Virginia.
I'm sure it got real rough in that deep south.
Like, look, man, look, Brad is not washing his hands from coast to coast. I'm just letting you know that. And I don't know how Karen, but when I go to a restaurant or something, and I'll be washing my hands, and Brad will walk straight out, just
See, I'm just
walk
saying,
straight out of there.
my wife can't tell me. 'Cause my wife do not use public restrooms. Like it's such a rare. It's just I don't know how she's able to do it. It's just,
Well, see,
it just,
it's tough because I got a 6 year old, so it's tough. You
yeah.
can't, he can't be holding that. You know what I'm saying? Because I've literally walked in some bathrooms and said out loud, "Nah, I'm gonna just hold
Man,
this.
if I
I'm
gotta
gonna just
drive
I'm gonna just
2 hours,
hold. I'm gonna just use my abdominals
I'm gonna just
because
say
I cannot
this
even step in here.
before we get kicked off. There are some bathrooms that are so garbage. You might as well just go behind into the woods, and you'll
You
feel
ain't never
better.
lied.
You'll feel cleaner. I'll tell you
And
that.
one of them is in West Virginia. When I was
Mm,
riding on the way back, I was like,
mm.
bruh, I was like, if I did not have a 6 year old, like, have you ever tried to hold a 6 year old up in the air while he's like, man, look, look, it's not easy, y'all. And y'all
Nope.
bathrooms, it don't take much. Just some spray and wipe it. All right, just sweep up.
You're gonna be posing like the Ginyu Force at the bathroom, huh? Ah, I know you like that.
Oh
Anyway,
man, shouts to the Ginyu Force, man. All right, so I'm gonna throw it to Ninja. Ninja, let us know what you've been watching because I know there's a show Coop and I want to get into, but you know what I'm saying. I want to know what you've been watching. What's on your mind? What you've been living with.
I'm gonna assume that y'all haven't watched it, but maybe y'all have. Maybe y'all started the season, but season 3 of Vox Machina.
be honest,
Um,
I have
Ooh,
reviewed every last one of it, but of course,
you're
we're
in
here for
good
your
company.
opinion.
You know Coop
okay,
loved that
I
show.
know I'm behind my log. I always start out a season strong, and then life happens, and then I get far behind because I did start Bleach. I did start Uzumaki, but the animation quality dropped. I
Oh, you
could
couldn't
not
keep
deal.
with it. I held strong.
They
I
had
kept
those
through it.
people moving like paper dolls.
Man, it was kind of
Yeah,
rough. It was kind of
It
rough.
was
I ain't gonna
rough.
front. I ain't gonna
So
front.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. But I've heard some hype of the different things or whatever. But I did like more or less binge Vox Machina because that's and I could at least get to 12 episodes in my belt and I can kind of do other things because it's not subtitled. So I watched it. It was good, it was solid. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. There was death. And in spoiler, there was not death. And I get it, but I also get a little tired when that becomes like a running occurring theme because I'm like,
I'm
people will
gonna be
die when they
honest.
are dead, you know.
I,
But
and you're talking about Percy, right?
yeah.
I'm gonna
Percy,
just say
I,
this. I'm gonna be
Percy
honest.
miracles.
I feel what you're saying. I feel what you're saying. As I said,
Uh
I'm happy. I know usually I don't mind when people die if they deserve it or it fits, but I love them all so much, man. And maybe I'm a sucker for Vaxalia being happy, and Percy makes her happy. I was just happy to see him come back just for that, and I like they banter.
do
Like,
agree. It's not. I liked Percy. That's why I was like, "Oh, y'all killed him for real." They had the funeral and everything. I was like, "Oh, he
yeah, that was
dead
it
for
was
real."
But it had his face on the
they had
coffin.
the Photoshop clouds behind him. They had the repass. That man was cold in the dirt. He like his
He
body was
was.
decaying.
But
So
they
like
did. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I you know it would have maybe meant more to her art to grieve and maybe with her next interest or something be like, okay, now I need to know learn that like I need to live and love, not be scared of love. Because her brother was doing all that too, so it was a little too simultaneous for me. But that being said, I like Percy, I like the Rolo. He had a full character arc too. I'm not sure where he's
Yeah.
gonna go from this because he at every turn did not turn back to the demon. Every turn he was still, holding on strong. He was willing to fall in love. He was willing to risk it all. Like he did all of the things. So I was like, oh, those are death flags. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, if he's dead, he's dead. So I don't know where his character's gonna go from here besides his relationship with Vexalia. But I like Percy, so it is what it is. I'm not too mad, but I was like, oh, okay. Because everybody else has a bigger storyline going on. Everybody has a bigger plot with the matron or Everlight or some of the bigger entities going on, and maybe he's going to try to go exterminate the demon for real because I think the demon's still around. It's just not, the gun was destroyed, so maybe that'll be his MO. I don't know. But he also very much said he's ready to settle down and have kids and stuff. So
Yeah, man. That's the next step.
That's what it's all about, man.
maybe there'll be a time skip after this
raising up the
season.
young skillets.
I think that's what it might be, is that there might be a time skip
What did
because
he?
everybody has to go grind a little bit and they need to rebuild Whitestone. So maybe him and Vexalia might, make a little baby or two in this time.
He earned her title back from her stupid daddy. Like, you gonna put that title on her name.
Yeah, and that is cool. And that would be a good alliance to help. They need that alliance to help rebuild Whitestone and stuff. So if they do like a 2-year time skip and they have a little Bambino, then I'll be like, all right, that's good.
But with Vox and them, I don't think they even get that much. I think they get like 3 to 6 months at best.
They've never done a big time skip. No,
they
but
never
I think
get
it would
enough.
benefit. I think it'll benefit because what's her name? Keyleth.
Yeah,
she's got to go finish her trials, and I don't need to watch her do a trial every season. Like I'm like, yeah, let's go ahead and let her get a 1 or 2 under her belt.
Yeah.
But I guess they also probably won't do a huge time skip because old dude pretty much has some type of leprosy situation going on. I don't know if he got 2 years in his current state, so
yeah,
I doubt they will give 2 years.
Yeah, I don't feel like he got a 2-year problem.
Maybe instead of like 2 years, it's like you said, 3 to 6 months, and Vexalia is like baby bumped. Like maybe she's got a baby bump because they got to get Percy something a little bit more than where he's at right now. Since they brought him back and made this big thing to bring him back.
To me, Percy, he won. He gave his heart, and he's in a way he might have lost the most throughout so far because he's the only human. So when he get hurt, he get hurt. He ain't got no magic. He ain't got nothing but guns and ingenuity and money. And that money kind of, I don't know. I guess he's still rich, even though Whitestone been destroyed 2 times. But, I guess he's still the lord of the manor and all that stuff. So.
There's still probably enough people to build something. And I think the only other character that's like the character's like completed with a story is probably Scanlan. Like he's got a pretty neat bow right now. And with his kid and stuff, they're gonna go do world tour stuff. So, that was kind of nice to see the nuances of him learning.
Man, he had hit rock bottom in season 2, and then
he had a bad go at it.
Yeah, when you I ain't gonna say how you meet your daughter, and then you have to get it together. That's when you hit rock bottom.
For sure.
It's like, oh man, you wildin', dog.
Absolutely agreed, but it was a nice one. I think at this point, I would say to anyone who's not watched the show at all yet, let it finish. I don't know how many seasons they plan on doing.
I think one more. I think it's 1 or 2 more.
It's got to end at some point because the campaign, like Critical Roles, like it's an adaptation of Critical Roles campaign that does end at some point. So, it's a finite story. I would suggest almost just let it. It's not a show that gets spoiled too often, I don't think. So I would say let it end and just watch the whole thing like you would Critical Role or listen to Critical Role.
It's going to end in about a year or two because they already signed another deal for another one they campaign, so they about to keep it money.
I figured as much because the logo has Critical Role's logo on it, and I was like, that means they don't have other properties. Because a lot of people who I say this like I'm an avid listener of Critical Role, no, but I do have a lot of people, like a lot of friends who are, and a lot of them that got started in the Critical Role is because they listened to the campaign, like binged it, like listened to it in a chunk instead of trying to do the weekly, monthly, however often they put them out these days, like instead of trying to do it that way, because then I never have watched this show weekly, and I don't think I could. I've always binged it, and I think it's better because then you can immerse yourself in the story, and I think that's kind of the D&D part of it, is like, you know, you're like immersing yourself within it. So that'd be my recommendation. I've never been spoiled on it or anything like that, so I would say just sit down and binge it sometime.
Wow. Okay. All right. No doubt. You know what I'm saying? I might come back to it one day. You know what I'm saying? One day I might come back to it.
Those first few episodes of the first season, I think what you watched, I could see someone be like, you know what, maybe not for me.
Like, I watched the first episode. I watched like half of the first episode. I was like, nah, this ain't for me.
Yeah, you gotta let the story. You gotta get engrossed in the story. So that's why I recommend a binge and, like, you know, get that three episode rule in or something, and then see, because just trying to get it on the surface level, you're like, okay, what is this? What is happening? What is this?
You know what? I might have to give it another go, like Fire Force. Fire Force is something that I did not like at first.
Yeah, I dropped Fire Force. So I can't speak.
I did not like it at first, and Coop was like, "You need to watch it again." And
I say this literally for everything, but you know,
I was like, "All right, I'm gonna give it a shot."
I finished the first season of Fire Force, started the second, and just realized I didn't care.
That's fair.
I'm like, it's not that it was bad or anything like that. It was animated well. The characters were cool. I just didn't care. I just didn't care about what they were doing and what the end game was going to be.
It kind of feels like King and Ashura's second season to me.
I never started that. I hated how that looked, but you know, JJK was the victim for me. It's beautiful, but I just didn't care.
I dropped Jujutsu Kaisen for the same reason,
like, I don't care about none of these people other than Gojo, and just I like the memes. It's fun.
It's like you start a new season, and then once you start remembering everything that happened, you're like, do I really even care about
they can kill what's happening? They can split Yuji and his little friend's wig, and I wouldn't give a damn.
Yeah, that's effectively where I was, and I know, like, no shade to the Jujutsu Kaisen community, because I know they are loyal and committed, and I'm not knocking it. And I don't know if it's a age thing or an exposure thing, because I've watched a lot of anime in my day. Like, I'm just like, the long run of shonen stuff, you really have to have a reason to lock me in for me to invest years and years and years. And right now, all I really got left for that is Bleach. And Demon Slayer is going to end here shortly, so that won't even really be it anymore. That's it.
I mean,
I guess I guess Sailor My Hero.
And My Hero ends next year. And My Hero ends next year. So
I mean, the manga's already done. I know the things or whatever. You know, I want to watch it play out. I think it's, you know, those shows are deserving of doing that. Same with Bleach, in the sense that I'm not saying it's ending next year, but the story's done. You know, you're on a finite time.
How caught up are you on Bleach? Since you said
I only watched the first episode or two of this newest season,
because it's like
not too far in.
I think it's only 2 or 3 episodes. Because I know this episode 31 just came out.
I think it's a little bit more than that, because I want to say that was almost a month ago.
Or I don't know. Maybe
for
people like Coop that don't watch the show.
I did watch the show. I watched.
We're not on episode 2.
Well, you know what I'm saying. Well, excuse me, I'm on episode 2.
We're on episode 5.
Well, I'm saying I watched 2 episodes and I just jumped in.
Mike is talking big talk out of someone.
I see.
He committed himself to that binge though, so I'm gonna let him make it. He committed.
He got it. I'm just saying.
He got it.
I didn't watch the first series.
I corrected myself. I watched 2 episodes incomplete this year. I just jumped on, like, since I've watched. I'm caught up.
Who was it? Was it? I think Gamma. I think Gamma was the one that said no, Bleach is supernatural action, and I was like, word, cool. And I went and watched. I binged the whole series in like what, a month, like
Yeah, you
2
got it
weeks or something. I
together.
did it quick.
Yeah.
I was like, cool, word.
Because you can watch Thousand. You, in theory, could try to watch Thousand Year Blood War arc. I hate saying that whole thing. Oh, but the
Yeah.
acronym is confusing too. So you can watch the quote unquote new portion, but you will be missing so much context. It's a disservice.
Yeah,
Like you
especially with the
really would
new
be missing
episode.
so much of who some of these characters are. Some of these characters we haven't seen on our, we literally haven't seen like a decade, let alone like in when the show was airing, even longer than that for some. So like seeing them come back, you're like, wait a minute, wait a
I
minute, or getting the shock about, well, I mean,
well, I
some of us knew,
guess
but getting the shock about Ichigo's bloodline, or getting the shock about who Zangetsu is and all that stuff, like that hits different when you've actually
since
seen where they came from.
I would say since we're here, how about we just discuss episode 31 if you want, Mike.
Which one is 31? Because
the one that just shown.
oh,
I did not watch
yeah,
that
because see,
yet.
since it breaks into seasons for me, I guess episode 31 is episode 5.
I
So,
mean, it's episode 31 of the Blood War arc is the way.
yeah, because it's
I'm
the way I see it come through. It comes through as episode 5 of this season. So, okay, you said you've seen it, right? What happened in it, real quick? Because I don't want to spoil y'all.
I mean, I don't care about spoil. I mean, I don't want to spoil if it's for Ninja. You cool if we talk about it?
I'm gonna go on and exit. That's all I had to talk
Oh
about.
wow!
Anyway.
Okay.
Y'all know I am gonna binge it at some point. I'm gonna watch it. That's why I got a bag
See, she
on
about to hit
out.
that ninja vanish. I told y'all. You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to throw my smoke
Well,
bomb. But
I want to throw. If you can make time, I want you to try Invincible Ninja Girl. I was like, Invincible Fight Girl.
I've heard good things. I've heard great things about it.
I want you to try it and see how you like it. And when next time you come, we definitely want your opinion.
Yeah, I've seen clips. I'll have to check out. I'm sure I could watch it on Max. Since they're Adult Swim. Check it out. Because I've heard good things. Also, you gotta support the melanated characters and all that stuff in original stories. So I will definitely check it out.
Yes.
Word up. I Ninja going chill. I'll see you later. You know what I'm saying? We'll holla.
All right, y'all. Be safe. Take care.
Good hearing from you.
Word up.
Always, y'all. Much love. Bye.
Bye. All right, 31, man. 31. What you got?
And the reason why I say 31 because they put it in the artwork, like the little bumps. I don't know.
Yeah. See,
so that's why
some people put the whole running number 31, but where I see it, it comes as episode 5 of this season. So
I'm just talking about.
I'd be like, I don't remember which one is which.
For me, that's one thing I always love about Bleach. Cause they let you know. They put like Tight Kubo like 31. They're like when they little break they do. They're still one of the few animes that do the little break for some reason. They like,
which I like.
I love it because it's just like it's a little flashy art. It's a little throwback because other people don't do it now. But it's like Bleach. They like, look, we're Bleach. We gonna do this. So I just the Aizen still in the chair. My favorite captain. With the pink, flashy, floral thing, right? He's a cold piece of work. Kuriyaki. Look, I have to look at it when I see it, but it's like Curie, something like that. Shout out to the scientist dude got that glowing sunflower coat. He just popped up.
Cool.
He talking, but
yeah, 31 is the most recent one, so you good now. You good?
Yeah, man. So, Aizen, I mean, you get more Aizen. I ain't gonna say a lot is happening, but a lot. It's kind of like a lot isn't happening, but it's kind of like setting up.
Yeah, this episode is a setup for what's about to come, but I'm hype on it because it gave us so much. This episode paid off people that watched the full series.
Yeah,
this is a huge payoff for people that have been around from the beginning. Even people like me that came in, a year or two ago and hurried up and binged everything. And so it's funny. It's paying me off from like a year or two ago.
I mean, rest in peace to the Black Stern Ritter who looked crazy as hell. He kind of looked like Marlon Wayans from Don't Drink Your Juice in the Hood. I don't know why he looked like that. They be making crazy designs. His own people killed him. go too bad for him.
Yeah.
But it's whatever. How the scrubs are gonna go. They ain't gonna last long in this series. But you gotta like a good villain, man. Aizen just talking mad stuff, and you just can't look. Even the old boy offended everybody by letting him out, just get a little bit of restraint. You cannot let Aizen have enough restraint. So Aizen still is always tricking, like, oh, just let me have you think I can kill these things? He was like, I bet you can. I'm gonna let them attack you, dog, and we gonna find out. That's on you. He blew them away with ease. But what Aizen didn't know, they was like, look, man, we know we can't stop your spiritual pressure, but we can just track it to your body. So you cannot shoot long range beams of power like that. So it's like, haha, gotcha.
But I love how Aizen was like, well, let's see what's stronger. Let's see what you got. Aizen is wow. Because Aizen came through like, so y'all can't beat these things. Y'all swatting them like flies. That's what y'all got. This man, y'all just use y'all spiritual pressure.
Now, first of all, Aizen, ain't nobody got no spiritual pressure like you. That's number one. Like nobody, like nobody, baby. Only Kurosai, I ain't gonna say Kurosai. Ichigo, maybe what's his name? The captain, the crazy captain.
Zaraki. Is it Zaraki?
Zaraki, the old man who's now no longer with us. Possibly some of the what you call them, the hollows from Wekamondo. Yeah. Don't nobody got pressure that could just like kill massive enemies.
Homie was about to shoot down the royal palace just like from the seat. I was like, bruh, yo, my man is strong. Like you forget how incredibly strong he is until he comes out. Homie puts from the chair. He was like, look, he can't show y'all how y'all do this.
He literally can't be killed. They have to attach him tether him to only the part of this realm. Like, when you that strong, that's just ridiculous when they gotta make stuff up like that. So yeah, it sets stuff up. We see Yacht doing his or how do you say
Yuhabaha or
Yuha. Thank you for the guy with the
I can't remember, but I gave you a shout out. Whoever helped me, I gave you a shout out in the last episode. But thank you for breaking it down for us.
He's absorbing the Soul King, which is his father. What I read.
So the Soul King is his father.
Yeah, like Soul King is so much of everything, as you probably seen from what they've been talking about. Just he is pretty much like he can't not exist or everything falls apart. Like the only person who can probably mess with Aizen, you know what I'm saying, is like the Soul King or something, and maybe Yatch to a point, but yeah, that's his dad. But he kind of was the creator of all these realms and all this. Like he's some out there being, so he's working on absorbing them and all that. So shout out to Ichigo for Orihime's power for saving them, as always, the good reverse power. Because
I wanted to stop on her for a moment. Orihime is an actual healer. See, some of y'all animes don't be having healers, all right? Because see, it's TV time, so I assume maybe like a couple hours or something. I don't know, because these episodes are happening right after one another, so maybe a half a day or whatever. But she has healed 4 people, all right? 4. All right, y'all other anime healers, y'all need to step y'all game up, all right? Because homegirl healed everybody. She brought the arm back.
Not a healer, she's a reverse timer. I know, that's crazy.
Well, reverse or whatever. The
she reversed.
I was hurting and now I'm not. All right.
Because she brought the arm back for real though. Like,
she brought the arm back. Like, y'all other anime healers need to step y'all game up. I don't know what y'all doing. Like,
they not gonna make it. They only gonna be one Orihime, man. Yeah, there's only gonna be one.
The only thing about Orihime is like every time I see her outfit, I'll be like, bro, y'all y'all wrong. But
we just go skip over that.
It's just ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous.
She's a classic. That's all we gonna say.
It's like classic. It's like seeing a certain.
She's a classic.
There's a certain popular prosthetic surgery or plastic surgery, and it's like as ridiculous as seeing those in the wild.
You're harping on it. We gonna say it's a classic and move on. She's a classic character.
You can't say I'm harping on it, bro. They put every
I ain't
episode.
bringing it up. That's how she's designed.
I'll be like, word. I'll be like, 90s. You know what I'm saying? We fighting and stuff.
Early
like,
2000s design. Now move it on.
You can update it, but I bet you if you updated it,
it's updated for what it's gonna be. That's
what I'm saying is if you updated it and like scaled it down, people would be crying. You know they would.
Well, come on now, Mike. Now you know how them people are, but again, because
I just be like, this is ridiculous.
They gonna be like, they want more. Because don't you dare censor or whatever, and it's not even.
It's not even censor. It's just like
censor.
It's just ridiculous.
Some people are just blessed like that, man.
True.
Some people are blessed at that age.
Oh man, bro.
She's still under 18.
But like seeing Grimjow come through, seeing these people like
not that what I don't understand. Ain't like, Grimjow dead?
Yeah, I was like, isn't he dead? But I mean, since we're dealing with angels and demons and souls, is this a situation where we're just reviving a soul?
I'm just gonna say this
because I mean, we've seen people die and show like when you're talking about supernatural, we've seen stuff like die and be brought back or reconstituted or something.
For a second, we need Grimjow to come back. Grimjow was such the biggest tease of waste of Adult Swim marketing when Grimjow was come. I thought he was
waste of Adult Swim.
He was a waste. He was a waste. Grimjow got washed up so quick, and he did all that.
I don't feel like he got washed up quick.
He did do ish. He was now a non-factor. They did all that exploration of how he became to be he did all that talking and he still ain't do nothing.
Hold up. Do you really all my Bleach folks watching with us, did he really get washed up that fast?
He got washed up. I mean, Ichigo did not have trouble with him. Ichigo had trouble with what's his name? The little quiet one. I can't say the name, but the other dude who was just like chill, who had the bigger transformation when he saved Orihime. Grimjow did all that, and he was like, he thought he was the boss character, and he was not.
All right, yeah, I will give you that because I remember there was a guy above him.
They had two guys above him, but it was the other dude who was the real like dog lieutenant, who was the quiet one, who was like, I ain't having it. And then they had that, idiot who happened to turn out to be super powerful, who was like the first Weko Mundo person. And then it was like, all right, he's really, really super duper powerful. But it was just Grimjaw, he didn't see it coming. He thought he was the main character and he was not. So I was like, why are they bringing this dude back?
And speaking of Bleach, I forgot. Bleach has movies that I never watched. I never watched any of the movies, so I might have to roll through and watch some of the films one day. But anyway.
But I'm ready to move on. I mean, it wasn't much happened. I'm glad to see they healed and they find out Uryu is a traitor, so we're gonna see how that go.
Coop said, don't worry about this show. I don't care about this.
No, I mean it ain't nothing much to this episode. It's just stuff happened. It's stuff gonna happen. It's gonna be more happening.
Say stuff happened. Stuff gonna happen. That's every show.
It's cool. I'm just saying it's like they did a little talking. It was more stylish. Aizen was the draw.
Happened. Stuff's gonna happen.
I mean, Aizen showing you who he is again. The Grimjaw reveals like, oh god, get Grimjaw out of here. He's just an edgelord waiting for attention. He's for the edgy people who don't have no self-awareness.
Oh boy,
he makes me sick.
Let's move
cool
on.
Cool name, cool design. Did a bunch of nothing.
All right, let's move on to a brand new show. We've been waiting. We've been look. Coop said, "Hey, there's a new show coming out. It's called Invincible Fight Girl." I said, "Hold on, what?" I looked on the trailer. I said, "Oh snap!" I say, "What? Got another black family chilling? Got a girl doing some cool fight stuff? Oh snap!"
Before
these 2 episodes, man.
Before we get into the episodes, I want to say this. I could look up the creator's name, but it's a hyphenated name. Look at the creator. There's interviews on him. First of all, he is a black man. He's very black. There's a reason why I say this, because he's black. This is the most side characters, background characters of black people you see in an animated show I've seen in a long time, if ever. That wasn't like the Boondocks or something meant to be weird. Something of that nature, of adult animation, if you will, because this isn't technically adult animation. It's just
Nah.
on Adult Swim, but you know it has excitement and whatever. It's PG violence, but it's PG. You know, no curse words, no graphic nudity, barely really blood, just scuff marks and things like that. So, with that
He said
said,
scuff marks.
the reason why address that because you don't really see that in all ages entertainment that isn't kind of
Yeah, because
hokey
this is something
with
that I can
this.
show my son.
Yeah. So he actually has worked on DC Universe Girls, so he's done some work with DC. He worked on My Dad is a Bounty Hunter. So this man has some bona fides. He had this idea since 2016, and it got greenlit in 2022. So this man is out here working. The fact that something get greenlit in 2022 in animation, that means they've been working.
Yeah.
And then and they believe him enough when they move it from Cartoon Network instead of the slop, because they kind of do slop now. Not say slop as in what they showing ain't good, but the way they structure their shows for Cartoon Network, they show Teen Titans. They only show about 3-4 shows, if that many. So they was like, we're gonna move it away because we believe, like when they believe in it in your show and give you the lead off spot for Adult Swim, a la My Adventures with Superman. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
That he got the Superman treatment.
Like, man, imagine. See, TV isn't how it used to be, but imagine a block with like My Adventures with Superman, then Invincible Fight Girl, or vice versa, and then into like, I don't know, into like Ninja Assassin. Like, yo, Adult Swim, like, bruh, look.
I mean, but they
Adult
also
Swim actually got some new joints that's kind of hot. They don't even have to run the old joints no more.
but they only have so much limited time. So
I mean, no, I get that, but I'm just saying, imagine like a dope block of like all the new stuff.
Ninja Assassin, I would say I ain't gonna say you can't put it together, but you know, if you're talking about Ninja Kanui, I mean, that's gonna come back eventually. But I would say like if you can find time for an earlier slot to like move it up for the younger audience for my superhero, my Superman and Invincible Fight Girl, since those are two kind of special exemptions, I would love to see that. Like say Saturday at like how they used to do Toonami, push it up to like say 6 o'clock. 6 to 7 where everybody can kind of see it, then maybe re-show some of it. So I would like to see Cartoon Network and them give these two or ones like it a little bit more treatment. Like, because you're giving it the best spot, like the spot that you know the people with the money who still watch this and was raised on Adult Swim watches it.
Yeah, because they're leading off with this.
Yeah, when you're the lead off spot, that means even though it's late for that, but they know that people probably gonna DVR it, watch it on demand some type of way, and then can show it to other people and talk about it, because we just been trained on Adult Swim and they know how they have got the data how people respond to their shows.
And I can't wait to see like the cool cuts of like, I mean, imagine like the you know how they used to do like the Toonami inspirational cuts of like Invincible Fight Girl, Ninja Kamui, Superman, like, oh man, like
they don't do those.
I like the fact. No,
anymore,
but I'm just saying, imagine.
But it would be dope if they do.
Yeah, I'm just saying imagine, because now we have so many new joints, we don't have to really rely on the older shows as much. Now, the only thing is keeping these new shows on, corporate overlords, keeping these shows on.
You better enjoy about 3 I think 3 is that go. You get past 3, you know how, Brad. I ain't trying to be that dude, but 3 is kind of like the magic number now.
I talked about this on Sotaku. Like, look, man, let's go in and get this thing 6 seasons, and I'll be happy. You know what I'm saying? Let's go in and get
Mike,
6, a solid 6.
Mike, you're not gonna get 6.
Look, go in and give me that Christmas miracle. You know what I'm saying?
If you get 6 of this, I will eat a piece of paper on air. I want to do that, but I'm saying you're not gonna get 6 of Superman. You gonna get 4. You gonna get 5 if you lucky, because Warner Brothers, and then they got to keep it moving.
They be messing up so much, man. It's like,
but
anyway, let's talk about the show. I ain't going. I'm just saying, brothers. They just go.
When you talk about whatever the structure you think it used to be, half that. That's where we're at now. Stuff used to be 5, 2.5.
See, I'm trying to get that Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get that.
You're never going to get that again. for a long, long time.
See, I think you can get that with shorter seasons. Like you don't have to have like 20 episodes a season.
I
I think
agree.
you can do
But
that
we're
with like
probably
maybe
gonna.
like say 10, 12 episodes a season, and we can still
I
do it.
I think they still gonna do like 4. They're gonna give you that. It's that 40 to 50 number is that magic number with animation.
Or
Like only,
do what Warner
especially
Brothers seems to be doing, or not seems to be doing, like they maybe accidentally did with Penguin. You got a movie, and then you got a mini series. You know what I'm saying? Give me season 1 of Invincible Fight Girl, then give me like a little TV movie, like a
Are
little
you
50
talking
minute
about
joint.
the actual live action show? That ain't no
Yeah,
mistake.
because I would
I
like to
would.
see, you got the movie Batman, then you got Penguin the show, then give me another movie, then give me another miniseries.
You
I
are
would be down with that. Now,
Mike.
is that going to happen? No, because they're dumb.
No,
They don't do nothing smart.
like
But
no,
but it would be
it would,
cool.
it would be great. I mean, I would love to see at least a TV movie or an ending, like whenever it ends, if it ended with a movie, or if it could get popular enough to go to theaters. But I don't trust WD. But we can get into it. It's just
Like
you
Invisible
enjoy.
Fight Girl is just the sound design, meaning the sound effects, the music. I was sold, man, at the very jump.
Music was great. I did have just a small episode 2 was very hit a lot of good things for me. I think it smoothed out a little bit more episode 2. Episode 1, some parts was a little bit stilted or whatever, but it worked. The effect worked. But I really did love the attitude with it. And like it just kind of like it's like weird good energy. It moved fast. And the story is very simple, and it's just like, hey, Andy, I guess to break down the stories is Andy is a girl on Accountant Island.
Mhm.
Ask me why, I don't know. I went to school for
That's
accounting.
how this
So
world works, man.
this is how
This
this
is your
world works.
world. This is your world. You understand Andy's plight.
This is what's so crazy. For as a man who went to school in accounting and worked in finance, as a black man, you talk about feeling kind of seen a little bit. I was never a good accountant. I did some stuff, but this is the most financial looking business black people in a otaku inspired, anime inspired thing that dealt with a specific topic that I have been around adjacent to. It's very weird, but I love it. Like it
No,
combined.
When they gave her the little accounting jacket.
I love how they's like, your daddy, granddaddy wore this, and people were built back different back then. I was like, I don't know who's doing the voice of the dad. Hilarious.
Yo, man, this show is just awesome. Straight
And
up.
this is how you know this is about black man doing it. When you show the little, quick flashbacks of Andy growing up, and you see the pictures. Their parents didn't look the same every picture. They showed how they changed throughout the years. So it's like those little details. Like, all right, like mom had dreads or whatever, did this different hairstyles, and they still look like their professional yuppie selves, but they still look like black people. And it worked.
And they look like real black people, not CW black, and you know what I mean. Well, if you know, you know. But
and
it's like, man, it's just so like the way they do the voice acting, because they have like Rolanda Watts, and people kind of know her by face. They also have like Tony Baker doing the voice of Immaculate. They got Angel.
I'm gonna break down.
Like that's why these voices are so dope, because we got a lot. If you look on IMDb, you're gonna see a lot of black faces up there, and that's why it comes through.
A show that is black when Keith David is the narrator.
Yo, shouts to Keith David.
Keith David is the narrator.
When I heard his voice, I was like, we good. Like the show started off, I was like, we good right now. We good.
Like this man, trust me, he don't even have to do this show. And he got a hit show on Amazon. Not for me, but I've seen people dress up for like the Hasbin Hotel, like in person all last year. So he got a bona fide hit. He's doing narration work. Like, he do voiceover, but just not to have even voice.
He has a show on Amazon? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's one of the characters that has been Hotel.
Last thing I know about was Pastor Greenleaf. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Pastor Greenleaf.
He got a mega hit animated show on Amazon or whatever that absolutely is on fire from last year.
Wow.
Like,
okay.
The character, like, when Has Been Hotel started up, I mean, it's kind of it ain't for me. Y'all go look it up for what it is. But it's a musical about the afterlife or underworld, if you will. Um, but yeah, he's one of the main. I think he's one of the main characters. So you got to kind of be able to sing and really act on that show because it is a musical. So Keith David, like when I'm telling you, I was in Mississippi in June. That man was around the corner from my booth. His line was all the way down almost to the middle of the building. So they had people dressed up as his characters and had people dressed up as his character from the Disney movie, even a couple of gargoyles. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying Keith David ain't no slouch out here. Like people know, but I'm just saying like for them to just have him doing narration, that shows you that sometimes when WB allow people to do something and do something right, they can be great. But when they mess stuff up, they really mess it up. Right now, it looks like they go let it be great. Because they probably just did like, all right, we believe in it. Shout out to old boy, however he got it greenlit and got out of his way, and then got them to move it to the prime spot for Cartoon Network. Absolutely wonderful. But yeah, man, just Andy she has a Naruto-ish type of quality to her already. She's training out in the woods. I know you like the training.
Oh, Mike is
all.
You best believe that, man. It's all about getting stronger, man. It's about the struggle. You got to get stronger.
So there you go. You have
to build that muscle.
You have your show that is constantly gonna be about training and working because you got to go prove it in the ring.
That's right. So, you got to step your game up, man. It got Queso Poblana. You know what I'm saying?
So.
And they did the anime thing where, like, when you're like a normal age, you're tall, and then when you get old, apparently you like lose 3 feet in height.
I don't know why, but
I was like, why? Like, what happens in anime where they're like, all right, well, you old, so you don't need to be tall no more.
Yeah, how do you just dry up? I don't know. I wonder if they'll address that as a side joke since this is American. I wonder if they'll be like, what happened to you? Like, don't worry about that. He's like, shut up.
It's like, didn't you get shorter?
But if you want to, but to be honest, that is a thing in the anime because Ranma, you'll see that in Ranma very, very soon. Hey, the characters will be like 6'5" Megan Thee Stallion and turn into little people. So I'm just saying, like it's a running gag. But
also, I like how in this world, no matter how strong you are, can't beat taxes. Can't beat taxes, no.
But just like people who got their head up their butt, they think you supposed to fawn over and all that. Episode, it's kind of in from episode 1, just like I say, set up the accountants, counting now, and everything else is wrestlers. I guess they got more in this world, but you ain't gonna worry about this. They ain't gonna explain it too much, and I don't care. I don't need it to be explained that much.
Nah, we know enough. We know, hey, look, there's wrestlers and there's accountants and there's probably other people like, I don't know, janitors or whatever. But all we need to know is that she was an accountant, she wanted to be a wrestler, and that's it.
And the world is full of mutants, different people, can be gray skin, can be whatever. A lot of black folk, though. A lot of black folk. Yeah, shout out to the black accountant, the teacher. She's like, look, and she kept it real. Like, Andy,
homegirl said, look, stay away and I will let you pass. Just get out of here.
Like, you got the worst marks. We gonna let you go.
She was like, you got here late today, of all days.
Bruh. Just some of the things that we say, just black is blackity black.
It's
y'all.
Perfect, man. It's, like, just the way it's just the voicing and everything, man. This show is so awesome, man.
Pitch perfect, but the wrestling of, and of course, and the cool thing is, everybody can fight everybody, so everybody's equal. Nobody's like, oh, you're a girl, you can't fight. It's just like, you're an accountant. It's more like an insult that you're an accountant. They ain't worried about your gender and this and that, or your age, apparently. They just beat up little people because immaculate. Shout out to Tony Baker. First of all, one of my favorite
Tony Baker, super funny,
and he hammed it up in a way that for a person that's like, I never really heard him do anything like anime inspired, but he hammed it up in a great way that I want to hear him in more. I hope he get more VA roles, like for animated shows from here on out, and give him the right character that fit him. It's like they crafted immaculate for his skill.
Yeah.
Because the way he would say the perm game, if you know, I'm like, oh god, they really hit Tony's mark. The perm game out here gonna show you what he's about. Perm power pivot.
Yo,
Perm
man,
power
it was
spin.
stupid. And then like their hairstyles and like when they did the little sheen, shine, and everything. It was, man, this is so funny,
Like,
so funny,
my
and
wife,
so hilarious.
shout out to my wife. She watched the episode. She watched the show with me. I watched it. Then we went back and then we really watched it. And she watched it with me. She laughed. She's like, "Why is one of them a pig?" I said, "I don't know, baby, but it's stupid." I said, "But it's always the short person want to run up on somebody and then slap people around. Like, look at him. He got the square thing. He's like the perm of justice, smooth." I'm like, I did like okay, and like, and then he's like, "I'm the perm of leadership, immaculate, immaculate." Oh, bro. But
And then the hair, man, the hair, like all of them with their hair, like the way they did their sort of like Ginyu Force kind of setup, it was like, man, this show is too cool.
it shows you that, look, I joke about some anime, but I love when somebody can kind of do a spaghetti, slap it up against the wall and make it work. And you could just tell the influences what he inspired by. In fact, I don't know if anybody's gonna do this, but I think I caught an Easter egg. If you go back to the table where like when she goes in episode 2 when she meets the Busters, I think you can see a homage to Spike Spiegel in his when he was posing as a janitor, sitting at a table, real quick. They do that type of stuff. Even Moon Girl, rest in peace to Moon Girl, they did homages to like anime, and people were able to catch it when they brought in Sakura, Sasuke, and Naruto was in the classroom. If you blink, you miss it, but they did that on purpose.
Oh,
I swear I saw. Oh yeah, you can. They actually now people actually broke that one down. But like, there's a scene like in one of the early episodes when they actually showed it in class. 3 of the people are Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura. Like that is true. So it's like it's homaged enough that it's like, oh wow, so y'all, animators showing off like, haha, did you catch this? Because like they showing you the references that they like. But in that restaurant, I swear it was the dude had like a kind of a puffy perm, brown perm. He looked like Spike Spiegel in the janitor costume from Cowboy Bebop, the movie. Which
So
this is on.
So
He
basically,
kind of
what they're saying is some multiversal way, Naruto is set in the MCU.
what they saying is this is the anime we grew up with, and we go play with your mind.
Yo, I'm looking at the picture. It's hilarious. Oh man.
So it's like I'm gonna go back and might pull some stuff out, like just to see what anime references he might pull from. But
because it was mad Dragon Ball Z-ish sounds, and I was just like, yo, I was like, I'm loving this. Once the comedy started dropping too, like, come on, man, Keith David, the comedy, the character design, Tony Baker's voice, you know what I'm saying? Rolanda Watts doing the voice of Poblana. Like, I can't remember the lady that's doing the mom's voice, but she was killing me too. Like, all of these people
and the lady
are coming
who does
to play. Everybody's funny.
The voice of Goldie sound familiar. Even though she looked like a Caucasian lady, she just looked light skinned to me because I was clearly a black woman doing the voice. So the fact that you got all this blackness through there.
Yeah. Shouts to Carla. I forgot. Carla is doing Goldie's voice. All right. So Carla Renata, I know her. She was on AfterBuzz TV like way back in the day. I don't think she's on AfterBuzz no more. But shouts to Carla Renata because she does like Entertainment Tonight stuff and stuff now. Like she just out there killing it. So shouts out to Carla. Carla, yo, remember back in the days we was up there in North Hollywood and that man, girl, you done came a long way. It's good to see you shine. It's good to see you shine. But yeah, yo, shouts to Carla because when I saw, I was like, hold up. Carla, man, because I was looking through the voices last night. I was like, yo, I remember when we was up in that little building at AfterBuzz. Like, yo, shouts to AfterBuzz TV. A couple of cool folks came through there.
But yeah, the fight with Immaculate, I love how they showed a preview, but it wasn't just like for marketing. I love the OST where they'd be like, oh, so you challenged me, huh? And then he points to Sky like, let's wrestle. And he has that effect to it.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I know some people, weirdos, gonna be like, oh, this is like Mucha Lucha. Like, nah, this is much better than Mucha Lucha. Not no disrespect to Mucha Lucha. That was
I don't even know what Mucha Lucha is.
Don't even worry about it. But don't even worry about it. That was that cheap animation, Flash animation, or something like that. It was barely above YouTube, or not saying YouTube because YouTube is a streamer, but I'm just saying the way that they used to draw in early 2000s for like some of the WB stuff, which was also WB. This is really very you can see where they put the money into. Like I say, episode 1, it had a little stilt to it, but it focused on the actions. Episode 2 seemed to run way smoother. Now it wasn't action based as much, but the way that when they took it down from like the jokes and whatever, and they had the heartfeltness, maybe I'm weird like that. I appreciate when you have the characters just expressing themselves, and they're expressive. Even in, they look cartoony, but they're moving, they're fluid, they can express, they can talk. That pulls me in with the voice acting. And episode 2 looked even better than episode 1 to me, just for that day-to-day interaction between the parents, the soft moments, and when she like, hey, we believe in you, we're gonna support you. You see a black family supporting a younger daughter's dream.
Yeah,
she didn't have to run off and then they didn't know about it or they didn't care. They pushed her into her dream.
This is how you subvert expectations, guys.
So it's good to see that, because hey, my dad, when I say, hey man, I'm moving to Tampa, take this job, and he pushed me into it, hey, we here for you,
Yep.
So we'll, you can come back anytime. I support what you're doing. Because my dad believed in work. He didn't always get college because he didn't have a chance to go to it, but he saw what my hard work bled into, so it it has some touching moments to me. So, this is, look, y'all, I'm gonna just say this also. Y'all know I could be very hard on stuff. Ask Mike, I'm very hard on Dragon Ball Diamond. I have no compunction about it. This is going to get a sweetheart love no matter what's wrong, because I would like to see this show get as many tries and more black people be able to make anime inspired things. The reason why I'm saying that, not that saying anime is better than Western, that Western has a bad problem when you got bad players running the show. So to have something like this kind of come out of, I ain't gonna say nowhere, but to kind of like, oh, it's coming.
It kind of came out of, for us, it came out of nowhere. For the creator, we've been on this for a minute, but for us, I was like, we just saw a trailer and I was like, hold on, what? So I ain't never hear nothing about this.
This like, I want to pick more of his mind, and I want to see him get more properties, because it's like, okay, he could do this with this. He loves wrestling, he loves anime, video games, or whatever. So it's like, okay, so
and I think this is a great mix between Western and Eastern, kind of like animation sensibilities.
It's anime inspired. I like that's what they're going with. That's what I like to say. Let you know, like, okay,
maybe since we've been having this kind of thing so long, maybe there's time for a new distinction for that. Like, instead of anime inspired, maybe another distinction, because since these styles have been gelling for so long, maybe it is time to call it, how like when a music style comes out and it's been around so long, maybe it's time for it to have its own vein or something. So maybe it's time for this type of animation to have its own name. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to be the one to name it. I'm just saying maybe it's time.
I'm actually fine with anime inspired, because that's where it came from. That's kind of what created, because Teen Titans, this also brought back the vibe of the Teen Titans show.
Yeah.
Because that took a lot.
But I mean, look at how old Teen Titans is. That's what I mean. Like, maybe it's time for us to create a new.
It's old, but
title,
it's also kind of stood apart. It's like, this definitely harkens back to Teen Titans. A little bit of style when they was doing some of the things. Now you can tell like they were playing with some different animation styles on episode 1 when they was doing the outtakes. That's where more of the Western weirdness came in, when he was hurting and she was grabbing his leg and he was making all the weird faces. That looked very Cartoon Network-ish.
But I love that part.
But I like it.
I think they worked well together.
They meshed it good together. That they had the people who messed up, had those weird faces in the crowd where they were messed up and their teeth was busted up.
That was hilarious, man.
That kind of looked like the old anime from the 80s and some little bit of Trigger and Gynax where they just make them crazy faces. So he's pulling. I'm telling you, this man is on it.
Yeah, and of course this show is killer. I'm sold on this, man.
Like, and obviously
Poblana, and I love the 2-episode release, man. It's perfect to get us going. I'm sold. I'm sold on this show. The voices, the music, the jokes. I'm sold, man.
And next episode, she's gonna be training. She's gonna
Yeah.
be in the training gym to prove her worth, which is probably
Yo, you
gonna
got
happen a
to.
lot till she get on the. Because I'm pretty sure if it's like wrestling, you got to get on the circuit, and and then you got to start really battling or
But
whatever.
she won her first match and she beat Immaculate. And I'm assuming we're gonna find out that Immaculate was ranked in some type of way.
I
So
think we gonna find
if
out
he was
Immaculate
ranked,
is.
we're gonna find out that she's technically ranked now and
I
she can
think
join whatever guild or the GWC or something.
I think we ain't gonna get that many details. I think she gonna get it through the gym by showing up this gym owner and his hand picked person. I think that's where she get her ranking from. I think we gonna
Oh,
find out Immaculate was a scrub. He just had
oh
it.
snap.
I mean, let's face it, Immaculate, like he gotta tell people he
But his
famous.
hair was so nice.
That don't matter. It's I mean, come on, bro. I mean, that's them dudes who like, man, don't you see how I looking? Don't you see my gold chain? Don't you see who I'm rolling with? Like, yeah, bro, we get it. All right, we get it. You just barely above board. You been in wrestling for how long? You know, shout out to Immaculate's gut. He had muscles though. He was fast, but he's
Yo,
just like he
he
had
had a
power.
full he had a
He
full
had a,
power gut.
he had a power.
Oh,
He was a power gut.
shouts to Powerbomb Quarterly.
Wow.
When I saw that magazine, I was like, that's just hilarious. Like all the small things in this, man. I'm digging it, man.
I
Like
and,
this show is awesome.
and I love the little catchphrase that she watching wrestling is for everybody. So it's just
Yep.
it's a good time, man. It's just a good time that I think all races, every gender, every person can see themselves in the show quickly. There's something that's pulling for everybody, and he did it snappily. So I'm just saying, if you can see, if you take a good watch of it, if you're an anime fan, you're a wrestling fan, if you like Dragon Ball Z, or the usual shonen stuff, put a fresh coat of paint on it with black voices. Watch this show.
Yeah, yeah, just watch it. But I know we've been on for an hour now, so I'm a what else we got? What else we got to talk about?
So let's see. We talked about Bleach, this and that. Blue Mirror Bro, I ain't gonna go deep into it. It's still C plus. It's still a good lunchtime watch. It's still kind of like, unfortunately, watching all this other fluid and Sugoi type of fluid animation. Yeah, it's there.
Mm,
It's a historical anime. I still recommend it if you don't need a lot, just to kind of slide in your day.
okay.
They had a philosophy about what's his name, Neo. He's trying to change his fellow young person's mindset because, man, it's rough out there in the historical streets when you grew up with no parents and
Not the
living in.
historical streets.
Bruh, it's like the dude was basically just like, hey, I had to lay on dead bodies and piss and
Dang.
ish. He's like, what do you know about it? So he helped change his mindset a little bit. They had to help clean up a dead body that one of their superiors did, but they was challenging their mindset because old boy had to kill him because he was a traitor apparently. So he was like, hey, you go clean up this body. And he kind of is a little abusive, I think, to old boy, but Neo's superiors believe in him that he can be a person that they can leave this to. So I kind of like that, Neo is the chosen one eventually, and he's going to get his skill, but like we're still going in the philosophy and kind of the structure of this world. So it's not moving at a snail's pace, but it's not, they're not going to be shooting fireballs out their fingertips no time soon or nothing like that. This is going to be a dialogue. What's going on in this world? Then you're going to learn the sword. So that's enough of Blue.
Okay,
Girl for
well
this week.
then I'll throw in something quick too. The Demon Lord 2099. I'm gonna stick around for this.
Okay, I need to start it.
I think I'm gonna stick around for this. Like at first episode, I was like, you know what? I don't know. Maybe I can see some stuff that could be promising, but I'm not sure. But now I think I'm gonna stick around at least to the end of the first season. I think I'm gonna stick around.
Okay.
Episode 4 just dropped, and I like the sort of conspiracy that we've been opened up to, and I'm not against the Demon Lord. I'm like, okay, we got some action up in here. We got sort of like a redemption story, if you will, to a certain degree. So I'm here for it. So I'm gonna stick with Demon Lord. We're gonna still rock with that. But
See,
I
man, you
got
thought you was
to
only gonna have 2 shows this season. Mike increasing his palette during
man,
during the season.
I don't like having to increase it, but I do enjoy the shows, but I don't like having to increase
I know
it
you ain't got a lot of time, but
because
I'm
there's a
just
lot
saying.
to try to watch. But
But minus your time constraints,
yeah,
I told
like
you this
say
season was going.
if I was single and didn't have a kid,
Well, yeah,
this would be easy. This would be a slam dunk watching all
like
these
me.
shows. Because remember, I watch live action shows too. Like there's a lot of stuff that I'm not reviewing because I'm not going to review it until the end of the year. But like there's tons. Like it's hard to try to watch this stuff. But
I
yeah,
understand, and for me,
Demon
I don't.
Lord,
I work
it's on there. We
the
on.
way the job I have. I actually, have the standard 9 to 5. So lunchtime, y'all don't see me. I'm in my car. I'm away. I'm watching and while I'm eating. So I
Ninja said with stuff that's dubbed, like you can kind of do something else a little bit when since it's dubbed, since you can hear what's going on, you don't have to like be as intent. Like for instance, like with Ranma, which we'll get into in a second. With Ranma, like I can watch that while I'm working because since they're speaking English, I don't have to read the screen. So I can have it like on my second monitor or something like that, and I can still do my job. But if I'm watching something like Bleach, which is subbed, I have to like sit and look at it. Like I have to like sit and be there. So
I mean,
like that's
and I would say
that's
even
the
with
big
some
difference with
anime,
those.
you just need to look at even whatever it is because there's so much going on. But yeah, something like Rama, if you want to switch to Rama,
Yeah. All right.
Rama
Okay.
is
Little Rama love right now.
Rama is it's easy, it's simple, it's funny, it's hilarious. We meet Ryoga, episode 5, I believe. I actually did a little extra thing. Actually, I'm going back and I'm rewatching the original Rama series. In fact, I know you don't have a lot of time. I do want to. I might give you episode. I want to say episode 8. I want you to watch the last fight. The difference between the original fight of Ryoga and this one, and I just love both series. But I got to give it to Mappa. The way they're adapting this show. First of all, shout out to them giving love to the Rama video game. If you saw the opening, that was kind of pretty cool to acknowledge that. Even though it may not look exactly like the Rama game, but it still was the Rama game from the 90s. They had a weird arcade cabinet. But yeah, Ryoga, I love Ryoga, man. I don't know if it's the same voice actor. It could be because they were probably younger, but his voice is heavier now. He makes the character, they make him a little more ferocious. I'm also listening in dub as well. So shout out to Netflix for having that simultaneous dub. But that's how I watched it the first time. I always the only other way I would like to watch Rama, it was very popular in the Latin countries. It is even crazier listening to it in Spanish and Portuguese.
Wow, really?
But it's massive. It is one of the animes. Dragon Ball's popular everywhere, but Dragon Ball, Saint Seiya, which never really caught on, kind of here everywhere, but it was big in Latin speaking countries. Basically, for whatever reason, all the pretty boy archetypes in the 80s caught on big in Latin America. So Rama, these are a bunch of pretty faced guys and ladies. It kind of works when you listen to it. It works like a Telemundo show because of all the craziness. So it fits with, like, it feels like a Telemundo show when they do it and all that stuff. But yeah, man, the fight with Ryoga, the end part of it, kind of got a haircut. Just the comedy with it, and then you find out he's a pig. That's how his life has been hell. So it wasn't about the buns and all that. That was just him set up to show that Rama gets on his nerves. But Ryoga has a sense of justice with a bad sense of direction. But he's not above playing a little dirty, but he's also kind of a good guy. But he's not necessarily a true enemy of Rama.
Word.
But I love
that. We had we get that kind of like breakdown. When he breaks down, he's like, "This is what happened," kind of thing.
I love it, man.
Of course, being a little baby pig, that doesn't help. But
I love how he bounces around the room, but I also love how, as you think Ryoga is aloof, but then he starts to like take a liking to Akane. So he's like, "Oh, by the way, I'm about to turn to P-chan. I'm about to go sleep with Akane in her red bed. Screw you, Rama." And he knows exactly how to hurt. Like he knows how to really hurt Rama's ego, and most people do. And you'll just see the interaction of it. But I love their interaction and how they're going about it. But the fights are going to get even crazier. Like Ryoga is what I call like one of the first real super out there martial artists that he faces. And he's gonna face Ryoga a couple times, but for the most part, Ryoga is just gonna kind of be around and more of like a foil for him trying to maybe like Akane, but not so much. But Ryoga is always gonna be there, and sometimes Ryoga is gonna help. But
okay.
Just because he's just there,
I just know there was full butt naked up on this joint. I was like, dang. So y'all.
Now I will say this. Now, what you think you saw on that episode, that I watched that episode again in the 80s. When I say that made that look, the 80s one made that look PG, and they did. Like it was way more things going and showing in the 80s version of the battle. Like in the angles. I don't know if you want to see it, Mike.
Wow.
It's did way. This is when Japan.
I mean, I'm not saying this show is supposed to be for toddlers, but I mean, dang.
It is not. Their censorship in the 80s in Japan really was none compared to us. That what would be acceptable for TV would have been rated R for us. So,
wow.
I mean, there's no Ken doll. Like you got Barbie doll censorship here, and people are mad about that. Which, look, I'm not no prude or nothing. I don't have to have it because I get the sensibilities of it. But when I say you get more visualization in the 80s with that scene, it's considered almost hentai for the scene.
Yeah, because there's a whole bunch of shaking and jiggling and grabbing and it's all with like comedy. But
I'm gonna say this: the jiggling it might as well be a treat compared to how it moves.
Wow!
I promise you, this is what I'm saying. There are scenes in Ranma that they have smoothed out. Mappa is doing a very good, clean job of this show.
Like, all right, man, we can't go crazy with this show.
Whoever, if Netflix, probably is more so Netflix saying, all right, we know this is gonna be on American audiences, and we're not gonna make 2-3 versions of it, like say Plus Size Elf. They got supposedly 3 episodes because that's just more that's stilted animation, so they can kind of do censorship easy. This you making it very fluid with the fight scenes and the comedy gags, so they went for the most cleanest version. Some weebs who look like Brad and Chad out there or whatever, tripping, but it gets the point across. I'm not saying one way or the other, but I'm saying I don't need it to enjoy the essence of what is Ranma. But Mappa is making it look very, very pretty with the colors. It fits the essence of it, the jokes of it, and the VAs are killing it. The VAs deliver some of the same lines, beat for beat for beat. But a lot of things, what they're doing, they're cleaning up a lot. I ain't gonna say filler because I don't want to be like, a lot of filler episodes. Some maybe, but they're really getting to the beat of the manga and the storyline of as he meet characters. Because they're not gonna have like 100 episodes, like the original Ranma. I don't know. It's a lot. It's like at least it's in the hundreds of the total series. They ain't gonna do that. Okay. Netflix is probably gonna stop at 12. So they're gonna reach a certain point. Like I'm pretty sure we about to meet Shampoo and Cologne, or we absolutely gonna meet Shampoo next, and then we're gonna meet probably Kadachi, the sister of Kuno. So it's gonna kind of go up in there. It's kind of like you are going up a fighting game. You're gonna meet these people. You're gonna fight these people, and that's just how it's gonna go. And then you're gonna have some of the slice of life stuff involved with Akane and Ranma as they express themselves. Probably won't be, it's gonna still be kind of old schoolish. They're gonna always have their fights and they're slapping each other. Ranma don't know how to express himself all the way to this girl that he's increasingly like, but he does increasingly does like her. But,
yeah, I like this episode where he was like, you know what, I feel bad for what happened to you, and I do like you, and I don't want you to be mad at me. I was like, oh, okay, you know.
But he don't know how to be.
Akane being like, yeah, so I'm gonna push you in the water, and then like, or like when she beat the brakes off of that man and threw him out the window, like it's cool, man. I dig this show. It's like the color palette, the very nostalgic look. I'm falling for this show, man. I dig it.
Like I said, I want you to watch
walking on the beach and stuff, man.
Yeah, I want you to watch some of the original one for the one episodes we get. I just wanted to watch a couple. I do want you to watch the original Ryoga fight. They took out a lot of the unnecessary part. Like, I ain't gonna say unnecessary, but like in the old one, the chemistry club hates Ranma as well, and they was involved, and they took all that out. Well, but it was like it worked.
To the what is it? The radio club where the dude was doing the announcing.
Yeah, like the radio club has to be there.
Man, the radio club was hilarious.
And then Hibiki in the original one, she was taking bets on them. They was doing. She had her own little.
Dang.
Her little group.
Yo, sure you gonna get that cheese.
A little miscreants taking bets and other stuff. So they kind of stretch it out a little bit over 2 episodes to 3. So it's kind of not so disjointed, but the parts where Ryoga and them jumped and he did the handstand push-up, one hand thing, that's beat for beat, and it's just in that different style, and I appreciate it. Like I love them for it. Like it is the essence of what that show is. Like it has not changed enough for people to be crying about it just because they can't see some hentai. But
yeah, you know, like, because I'm looking at it like, yo, man, this is kind of a lot for, you know, I mean, I get the gag, but dad, y'all.
I'm trying to tell you.
But I mean, Netflix. I mean, after Twilight of the Gods, I guess, you know.
I mean, it's not. It's just. It's. You can look at the rating. It's probably rated 14 or mature. It's probably mature rated still. But I'm telling you, what you think you see, add 3 times more in the 80s. Way like it's not even close. Like they cleaned it up. Other than the fact that you need to know that if Ranma's in girl mode, they doing the minimums. It's just like, all right, let's do that. But they cut some shots out. They cut some movement out. They cut some of the creepiness out of it, out of this fan service, and just get to the point. They have done a lot to change that. So if you like Ranma and you like a cleaner version, this is the cleanest version you're gonna get. The original Ranma, every episode, throughout the episode, movement. They make Orihime look like a church lady. All right, so I'm just saying, that's what you get with Ranma. But I love this episode. I like Ryoga. I like his design. Kind of one of my. I like the archetype. You know, he's the number 2 guy. He's not a bad guy. But his fighting style, with his way of being able to fight to protect himself from changing into P-chan, is interesting. But you see why Ranma has to be good to be able to defeat somebody like that. And Ranma is very about his ego and his fighting style. So to say that this is a unique humor gag thing, it still is a battle shonen. And it's she created one of the first real battle shonen out there that kind of helped add to the craft. So she's able to make a shoujo battle ramen weird Chinese mythological joke. That's why she's a legend.
That's what's up, man. Well, what else you got to talk about? Or you want to? Because I know we running long. So
got to give love.
What else you got?
DandaDan. You know the homie.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? Let's close it. Let's close out on DandaDan. Yeah. Let's close out on that.
DandaDan episode 5. Look, y'all. I'm gonna say this. Speaking of which, because see, transferring from the old for Ranma, you know, you see the evolution of couples in battle shonen or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Momo and Ken are built for each other, and I love it. I love Momo to death. Momo loves her Ken. She takes up for that, even though they might tease each other, but she ain't gonna let him mope and feel bad down on himself at all. I love the beginning, but I love that he was like, how I'm gonna approach you on this. Like, even though, bro, you just fought a giant crab monster.
Yeah, it's like y'all went through mad stuff together. Y'all good. You can just say what's up.
See, if this was the old anime, they'll be like, "Oh, blah blah blah, why you talk to me?" But she's like, "Boy, come here. How you doing?"
Yo, man, I also love how this hit the awesome. Even my wife, I was watching this while my wife was in the room, and she said, she was like, you know what, this does a good job of kind of like capturing some of the anxiety about high school.
Yes, the coming of
I ain't
age.
gonna front. I remember being in one class and being like, man, I can't wait until, third period when all the cool people are in one class or something like that. Or I can't wait until lunch when my friends are, what I'm saying? Like, I remember those days when you be sitting in one class waiting like, man, I can't wait until fifth period because
highlight of your day.
Now. Yeah.
But for them, and it still shows that Okarun is a nerd and he getting hit in the head with volleyballs, and I love you. Like, I could forgive them. I got my friend that I really like.
Yep.
And it's just like, and she's like, oh, I really want to talk to him. And then the way I know it's played for laughs, but I love the artistically done of them searching through the crowd for each other, searching for the person they care about. And then they're right there in each other's face, and then they actually bumped and kissed.
Yeah, it's like a sort of kiss. Well, I don't know if I'll count it, but I might count it.
In the manga, I guess without the animation, it looks like they kissed with it, but they still say like, "Oh, you bump teeth." Yeah. And then to see them fighting, and then you see how for a little bit how they revert to being immature kids, how kids are at 14, 15. Like, I don't really like you, you don't like me, and then before the craziness of it start. But shout out to her friends. I'm glad her friends, like, I thought that was refreshing when her friends like, look, you really like the guy. That's okay. Yeah, you like your little nerdy.
Like they were teasing her, but they were like, it's cool.
Yeah, you ain't gotta, like, we cool. It's all good. You ain't gotta worry about it. Like, we rather you probably be with this dude than that old looking dude you was, kicking and getting kicked by in the first episode. Like, yeah, don't date that. Like, this guy's
date this dude. And I love how she calls him Okarun, and they were like, who is that? Because they're like, no, he has a name. No, but them teasing her. Oh, also Lisa with the girl that said it's always good to have guys like this, like you, just because it's good to have guys like pining for you or whatever. She was like, yeah. She was like, I remember girls like that. So it's like they did a good job of hitting like small notes of like high schoolness.
Yeah, and just going even before that part, just what he said when he was in the hallways, like, I just wanted to talk to you. And he, I felt that. Like, it's like when you're that age, you don't know how to express yourself. Yeah. But when you have that earnest moment of like,
it's like, I just want to be around you.
I just want to talk to you. You were on my mind. But then realize like, oh, my thing is missing. And it's like yada yada yada. But like that immediate thing when she shuns him away and then meet this next new main character. I ain't gonna reveal a lot right now, but she will be a character. Because obviously they animated her and they had the hand touch. Sometimes y'all hand touch at that age mean a lot.
Mm-hmm.
She put that hand on his shoulder,
and I was looking at that girl. I was like, I don't trust this girl. Why all of a sudden she want to like him so much? And the very next thing she was like, it's good to have guys like that like you because what I'm saying, it's good for your ego or whatever, however she termed it. But I was like, yep. I was like, I remember them girls. I was like, look, what's going to happen is you're going to end up being their, emotional pillow while they hollering at the dudes they really want to be with. But that's a whole other thing.
Okay, but Mike went specific. But
I live that life, man. I remember them days. I remember them days. It was rough.
I ain't say they happened, but I just like I felt that. But,
I remember feeling like, do I have to rob a 7-Eleven for someone to like me?
Okay.
Like, I remember them days.
Damn.
I don't know how it was in Baton Rouge, but like if you wasn't doing something at least slightly nefarious,
whatever you in VA, I ain't saying y'all ain't have it really rough. I mean, I know the part where Michael Vick grew up was terrible. Whatever it was where you had, probably add double of the ignorance. We spawn Boosie and Gates here, and that's all I'm gonna say. Damn. But so it happened. It does happen. You need to be that sensitive thug who don't take nothing from nobody, but he gonna love just you. I ain't gonna go into all that. That's a
No, he
running
didn't say
gag.
he gonna love just you.
But excuse me, I ain't gonna.
That's
I'll leave that.
hilarious.
I'll leave that for the ladies to sort out. But that is a gag that a lot of people know. Shout out to my boy Ken Chapman. Ken, social media. I'll be like, man, I'm glad. I'll just say this. I'm glad I'm married 23
Yep,
years.
me
I
too. Yep.
met my baby 23 years ago. We celebrated our date anniversary since we last did this show. So 23 years she's been in my life. Hallelujah. Thank God.
Yep. You know what
That's
I'm
all I'm
saying?
gonna say.
Now I can look out in the streets and be like, it's cold out there.
So, but moving on, but yeah, she will be a new character. I just love when she and I love how Momo takes accountability. Like, maybe I was a little rough on him. I do care about him. I like him, and I want him to be around. And then but she hears this prissy miss goes off like, ha ha ha, he ain't never touched. Like, she was insulted as a lady because when she said he probably ain't never even talked to no other girl. Like, wow, am I like, excuse you? And gave her the kabong on top of her noggin, and then grabbed Ken and be like, some girls don't know don't know how pretty or how handsome you are, so come walk me home.
The funny thing is, I also like the fact that we get to see, this is how we would probably use telekinesis if we had it. Like, like instant karma would be a thing if we had
whacking somebody. Now maybe she whacked it too hard with a giant.
I'm like, somebody about to fall down these steps. Somebody about to trip. Somebody about to slip in some water or something. Something's going to happen.
My question is, who left the tub up there on top of the lockers and why? But
yeah,
I guess I don't know if they had a pan drip or something. But it's just like, why is that there? But either way, it's dangerous. That's just
she must her on the head, man, hard.
Yeah, don't do that in real life, folks. That would be blood everywhere. That girl shouldn't even got up. But yeah, she is the next arc, I should say. She's a part of the next arc.
Word.
I have pretty much read everything out of DandaDan out. I just finished up the 172 chapters today. So yeah, she's gonna be there. But she's gonna have a pretty interesting arc. So and
we also get to find out that Turbo Granny isn't gone.
Nope.
Like, and I figured, well, when I saw them doing the pull out the little cat, I was like, oh, okay, that's where the cat from the intro or the outro or whatever comes from. But I didn't know it was going to be Turbo Granny. I thought it was going to be something else that's lashed on to him, because since it was like a whole bunch of different spirits, rolled up into that crab or whatever. I didn't know if it was going to be another,
to explain
like another spirit.
Those spirits are released. Those spirits was the girls that got raped and murdered. So the spirit, but that Turbo Granny merged with those spirits because she kind of was looking cared for them. She just went across the line and started attacking humans. So, that's how Psycho was explaining, like, hey, the rules are the rules. Like, you can't attack humans. We don't need to disrespect you. You stay over where you at. We stay where we at.
Yep.
Like, those are the boundaries. And then when you start acting up, that's when they call people like Seiko in to handle business to try to put you back in order. And Seiko let her know, like, oh, you gonna call me a bee, huh? Like, she was like, get a knife and kill them too. Also, you want your stuff back.
Why my boy Ken, he can't win, man. He get a little bit back, he ain't get all of it back. All right, here's something that I took offense to. So in the English version, what I'm saying, he says, he was like, I noticed one part, and the other part, I noticed one part, the other part wasn't there. So I can't remember her grandma's name. ISA's grandma. But anyway, Seikyo. So all right. She's like, don't say that term. You act like it's big or something like that. It's like, first, well, hold up. You ain't seen it. All right. So you don't know what it is. All right. Don't be disrespecting me like that. You ain't seen it.
I'm gonna be honest. That shit was hilarious. That was hilarious to me. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it was funny, but I'm like,
look.
I'm like, first thing, hold up. You don't know.
Because you ain't seen it.
I
was just like, bro, just like, it was funny for him saying the word because the way he said it. I mean, maybe so, but she like, look, man, shut up for a minute. Like, I kind of like, I admire her as the adult in the room, like a crazy adult. Like, look, I did tell you to let me see it, not because I'm trying to disrespect you. I just you need to know these things. If your spirit playing with your body, we need to check you out. And I kind of feel it, like, I'm just saying. A lot of people would
ISA ain't gotta laugh that hard, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I mean, you ain't had to laugh. You rolling on the floor, you know
hey,
what I'm
man.
saying? I'm like, Dad, I'm going through some trauma right now. This is a trying time.
First of all, the animation of her laughing, kudos, A1, because she was spinning on the ground, spitting all over the
having
place.
Too much fun laughing at my expense, aka Ken's expense.
That was hilarious. I'm sorry. She like, look, I like you, but this is funny. I mean, I can't lie about the humor of it. But hey, to be fair, Turbo Granny got the ish knocked out of her because Seikyo slapped her up real good. Like, come here. Like, oh, you running? Like, are you gonna talk about calling me out my name? So guess who? Guess who? The only person that can put your sorry butt back together is me. You ain't gonna tell this boy to go kill me in my house. Let me slap you. Let me slap you. I love it. Because that's what should happen. She's like, you ain't got no leverage. But she's like, oh, but I don't know where I put him at. Like, come on, dog. I was like,
then, Momo's growing skills and stuff, like her being able to see and directly pull it out. She doesn't have to try anymore like that. You know what I'm saying? She can just do it.
And that's nice. One thing I want to go to that. That's why I'm glad they didn't do a regular boring training arc. They trained on the job. They actually talk about this a little bit more, like his physicality. They kind of and I mean, I know that's my thing. I like to mess fun of it, but they really are smoothly integrating that in. They are efficient in their time. Like, she kind of set the rules so far. The rules, there isn't no real hard set rules. It's just the rules is for Seikyo can't take her power. She can't be a god level being everywhere. So it's like you kind of gotta come back to home base, like she say, for her. But and if you got like ghost powers or alien powers, those rules don't necessarily apply to you. So it's just like, it's a cool way to incorporate Seikyo and her abilities and stuff she got to do with exorcisms and different things.
Yeah, but and then also being like, I can't remember where I put it. What do you mean you can't remember where you put it?
I dropped it along the way. It just was hilarious. She's like, I'm sorry. It's like, good God. And really, this is going to be a crux of the show. There's going to be more meaning to it, but a good chunk of the story is just him getting whole again. Because his things, you'll see on the next arc. So it's very important, obviously, as a man, that you want to get your stuff back.
Yeah, and as a human being, you want to be whole. Like, if you got 10 toes, you want to keep them all 10. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be walking around with 2 toes.
Because she meddled with them, they are powerful orbs. If you watch Inuyasha, you'll get the drift of it.
See, I never watched Inuyasha.
So I'm actually trying not to spoil for once, but let's just say they have effects. So, and they're golden now. So there's that. Probably just a way not to be disgusting when they show the crystallization of it. It's just a gold ball. But so it's funny, and it's always ridiculous how whenever they get attached back, how they do this. It reminds me of an episode of Beavis and Butthead, but they go crazy with it. It's played up for gags with Seikyo and Turbo Granny, I'll say. So I'll let y'all see that one.
But Turbo Granny trying to act mad hard when she in that little cat body. I'm like, ain't nobody thinking about you.
They're squirming around. She's like, I'm like, I love it. And she just like, she would hurry up and kiss butt, but she realized she ain't got no ability. But just the fact that
do nothing. And like, Ken can still turn into the cool, strong guy.
Ken now has his ability, has her power, and they both of their powers, as they showed in episode 4, they're gonna need each other. Like, if they work as a team, and it's wonderful, man. Like, the fact that they established up front early that these two love or like each strong like that will turn into love.
They're gonna get together. We got this. They're gonna get together.
just the way that they're focused on that. So it's not gonna be your straightforward shonen in no way, shape, form, fashion. It's gonna be more kookiness, more characters pop up, more aliens, more like it's just gonna more stuff is just gonna be blowing up and exploding. I promise you, it's about to get nutty. I mean, as nutty as Kerbo Granny was, I think the next arc is probably not. I ain't gonna say it's not as good, but it was interesting. But then after that, it's gonna like go on a roller coaster ride of insanity for a while. I promise you. So I think we got 12 episodes this season. I think they're gonna get at least three arcs. Seem like one arc is 4 episodes, so we should get about 3 or 4 arcs done. And we're gonna have covered a lot. It's gonna be a lot of foolishness, a lot of madness. But I like the character so far. Just reading it. Yeah, DandaDan is gonna be that hit after Demon Slayer. Like it's that hit now as a new one. But after the immediate hits have left, it's gonna be DandaDan. Like period. Like it's gonna be one of the new shows that take that shonen spot, if you will. Because it's just everybody I talk to that have watched it, like your wife watched it. I talked to the pest control guy came to my job. He's otaku. He said his roommates or his cousin wife saw the jokes of it, and then said, "Hey, can you rewatch it?" and rewatched it from the beginning. So in other words, a lot of ladies seem to like it. You know, people who are not even into anime is getting this anime, and that is always a good thing. Yep. If an anime, you know, sometimes can be too insidery, too weird, too gaggy, or too strict to just where it gets to only Japanese might get it, or people who know specifically or watch enough. If a newcomer to anime, not saying that anime is also hard to get, but if it's inviting, that's a damn good sign they're doing something right. Like, you know, for people who don't watch and for the ladies to see something of that, to see that part of the slice of life part and to feel it and to grasp it, and we all can get it, male, female, whatever, coming of age, and to do it well and that smooth. I love this anime. Like, I just did not know how good it was gonna be when I heard of it. And shout again to Ground Nova. He was always championing it. He said he can't wait. Man, shout out to you, bro. You was right. Like, I'm a DandaDan fan. Like, I can't wait to see this story, how it conclude. I'm all in. This is probably my favorite anime couple in a long time.
I think I'll agree with that. Yeah, I like these two.
Yeah, like as much as I like Akane and Ranma, hopefully they're
technically not a new couple. They kind of an old couple.
I mean, like, they're not new, but I'm saying as far as like couples that I do like, but Ranma and Akane was hamstringed by some of the way they did anime in the 80s, how it ended, and the story that, you know, kind of the friendships along the way. Now I want a coupling by the end of this, because I know I ain't gonna probably get it in My Hero. My Hero just be kind of teasing at that. That ain't gonna probably really happen in My Hero. Hell, they barely alive in My Hero, so you can't even worry about no love in My Hero.
We ain't got time for love. But anyway, I'll throw let's do final thoughts. And where can they find you?
Final thoughts. Like I said, these animes have been good. Invincible Fight Girl, I kind of hope that they create. I felt like it works as a comic book as well. I kind of want a graphic novel series. It just got that appeal. Like when it was stilted, I would like it to be extra smooth, but I can see it as a book because DC Girls also has a book series too, right in my library. So I feel like if this thing blows up, there's some meat on the bone. Maybe if it doesn't get to movies and 6 or 7 seasons, but can we get a book series? Can we get a comic book series out of this? I would love to see that. I would love to see some type of other media for it. I want to see more episodes. Maybe we get a video game one day. That's probably asking for a lot, but that would be great. If WB want to waste some of their money, or excuse me, invest some of their money in blackness, I promise you people gonna love it. Keep getting voice actors and famous people that's well known like Tony Baker each season. You know, WB, you can learn from Disney. You know, unfortunately, you know, Moon Girl won't be coming back. At least at least give us 3 seasons of this. I want at least solid 40 to 50 episodes.
Yeah, because we're getting the last bit of season 2, but that's it on Moon Girl.
Yeah, like this, you can make unless your story is built to last a certain amount of number. Let this man get his vision out. You know, keep promoting it, keep putting it in that. I don't know what the slot was called, the prime time slot for Adult Swim. You know, I understand why this probably would never air with Superman, and good. I don't want it to get overshadowed. And I understand they gotta spare their quality for that spot each time, and you don't necessarily have to put a pure anime thing in that slot. And it's kind of good to see them play with that slot. So, and then something PG that can be watched by all ages. You know, and I understand why they moved it, because they felt like it was too intense for Cartoon Network times. Maybe so. You know, it's not bloody, it's not dangerous or nothing, but I can see why it fits action wise more into Adult Swim.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pleased with them being thoughtful and understanding what they got or what they could have. So I asked them to nurture it, let this man grow. I can't wait to see what voice actors or what we in store, or just the performances. And I'm ready to see Andy rise to the challenge. I love it, man. Like, look, man, we got some good, you know, lady protagonists out there, you know, and from Momo to Andy. Look, this is a good time, man. Like, yo, lady otakus, people out there, especially a black otaku, this is your time. Like, people who care to make you fully fleshed characters and not give you that old random tan character that they be calling black. Sometimes it
ain't black.
It works for cosplay, but we know what it ain't. I'll still accept Bunny, the bunny hero, because I love her. But but sometimes, you know, some of the Bleach characters it be on the borderline. And I like Bleach, but you know how that go.
True that.
You know, we gonna accept what's her name? You know, Yorichi. She's already been she already been put in there because she's a little extra brown, so she got there. But you know, Andy got.
Because I remember when I first started watching the show, I was like, she don't look black to me, but I was like, I'm gonna let y'all ride.
She black for us. That's all we had. But you know,
that's all we got.
I mean, bruh, you know, it's hard to expect a lot from certain creators in Japan. The fact that Tai Kubo was ahead of his time for good design of us, even though we look like crazy, look like we'll be in the Dave Matthews Band, the brother with the messed up afro.
Oh,
but he don't look bad. He just got that. He trying to be. They're doing too much with the afros. You know what I'm saying? But still, it wasn't the worst designs until they went crazy on them transformations. But you know, what can you do? But all in all, man, I'm very pleased so far. We're about on week 5 of this animation, this fall season, and this is stuff coming in and out, leaving and dropping in, and nothing has dropped off. Whereas spring was just kind of punching you in the head every week with everything.
Spring was rough, man. That joke was not playing.
Fall is, I ain't gonna say it's getting to that level, but it's consistent.
Fall got some stuff, man. Like I'm not mad with fall.
Like fall, like Blue Miburo or Blue Miburo, it's C+, but it's not the worst C+. Like, you know, shout out to C+ Hero when I was talking about it.
C+ Hero.
This might be slower. It ain't people sliding on a stick when they get hit, you know, out the room or something like that. It ain't that bad. So I don't think that one coming back, and they probably should. That was just to get you to read the book. Sometimes that's how these animes work. But you can find me. I'm Keith Cooper, Blurred _ISH on IG. Find me on Facebook if you're not stupid, especially after Tuesday. If you are, leave me the hell alone. I promise you. Y'all
Yeah, the
know what's
rest of
going
this
on.
week gonna be crazy.
Rest of this week,
Depending on what happened tomorrow, it's gonna be crazy.
and while we wait for a hurricane to possibly come, so that's coming. Also, follow the Facebook
Really?
page. Yeah,
This is kind of
possibly.
late in the season for
Bruh.
due to certain environmental factors that some people believe that might not exist.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting worse
Bruh.
environmental events. I'll just say that, and I'm gonna just leave it alone. I ain't got
Absolute.
time for that. This is about
Bruh.
anime. We ain't got time for that.
This is my first time thinking about that this close to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, because
I can recall in my life.
bro, this is it's November 4th. We shouldn't be looking at no
It's
hurricane.
still a consistent 80 to 85 degrees outside.
Wow.
So yeah, we haven't really dipped. We dipped down 1 week into the 50s. That was it. Shot right back up. It's not as humid, but it's not cold at all. We kind of at first time I'm actually hoping for cold weather because we don't need
We
hurricanes
getting
in winter.
cold up in this joint.
We don't need hurricanes in winter. Not in Louisiana. Hell no.
Nah.
But other than that, if everything works out, you might see me at my friend's store. If you are local, couple of Sundays, not official yet, but you'll see me at Red Stick Reads very soon during the holiday season. Keep watch. I'm trying to think what else do I have that's official? November 22nd, White Light Night in Baton Rouge. Find me on Government Street. Not official exactly where I'm at. Might be at Tap 65, might be at Radio Bar. You'll see me, but come get out for that festival. And December the 7th, I should be at the NOLA Book Fair. So y'all, the holiday season is upon us. Please follow social media if you want to get gifts for your people, yourself. Find me, holler at me, and I can ship to. If you listen to the sound of my voice, we can work that out.
Word up, word up. Well, for me, final thoughts is just if you made it this far, thank you. If you made it this far, shouts out to you. If you made it this far, share it to somebody. Make some comments, you know what I'm saying? Hit that like button, all that stuff. Because I see, you know what I'm saying? I don't know who is watching, but you can see the numbers. My numbers is actually going up. It's going up baby step by baby step, but they're actually moving. So if you watching this far, shouts out to you. Thank you for supporting. Of course, all the Patreon supporters. I got some more stuff, some more comics coming. I got some more music coming for y'all. And besides that, just stay real, man. Yo, we into the holiday season. Well, not fully, but going in, going and get that turkey. Going and buy that turkey. You know what I'm saying? Going and get ready for your turkey. It's the grocery store's time to shine.
Turkey wing time for me.
You know what I'm saying?
So we doing turkey wings,
tomatoes. You know what I'm saying? Look.
Yeah, it's that season. Tell Mariah to wait her turn.
Yeah, Mariah gotta wait until the day after Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, they putting out Christmas decorations. They get rid of Halloween. They put up Christmas.
I saw Christmas decorations before Halloween even came up. Like Macy's had a whole downstairs. I was like, dang. I was like, they was like, we don't care nothing about Halloween. Look, it's Christmas time, baby.
Look, and speaking of gifts, shout out to TJ Maxx. I just saw TJ Maxx when I was reading the bookstore. Go listen to us talk about, the treasure hunting aspect of it. But
and we got some gaming content coming out. I just have to edit it. We got some gaming content. I gotta make some more, put some more footage to it. But yeah, we got tons of stuff coming on the channel. So stay tuned.
I want to say this again. I couldn't afford TJ Maxx, y'all, and now they acting like TJ Maxx is such for the poor people. You mean just regular people? Like, go listen to us talk about it.
They're off price. Anyway, look. Shouts out to all y'all. Thanks for rolling through. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for coming. God bless. Good night. And until the next time that you have to go on a quest to make yourself whole, we're just saying peace.
Don't be off price out in your life.